Welcome back to Learn As You Explore, your go-to place for mBot2 tutorials. If you're a passionate teacher, check out the educator packs I've put together, linked in the description. You also have a free lesson pack to check out before you make a purchase. In today's project, we will learn how to track two different objects at the same time with the smart camera. As you can see here, we have a target and the ball. We had already seen in previous tutorials how to make the smart camera track the ball. In this video, we will also track a second object, which is this target area, simultaneously while we also track the ball. As you can see, when we move the ball, the tracking also moves along with it. And the same goes for the target. So we can now independently track two different objects with one smart camera. First, open PixyMon. Here you can see that our first object is correctly being tracked. What we will now do is introduce our second object that we want to track. In this case, the second object that I want to track is this target area. Make sure that the second object that you want to track has at least a slightly different color from the first object. You can see here that the ball and the target area are not the exact same color. The target area is slightly darker than the ball. You can use a completely different color as well. For example, you can use a red color for the target area. Move your ball over so it's not overlapping with the target area. And what we can do now is set the signature for our target area in PixyMon. To set the signature of the target area, go to Action and select Set Signature to. Be careful not to click on Set Signature 1 because the ball has signature 1 and we don't want to override it. Select Set Signature 2 and then click and drag on the area of your second object with as much overlap as possible. Here, as you can see, the target is being tracked now. It means that you haven't set a label for the second signature. To set a label, use the gear icon here, go to Signature Labels, and make sure that you have your second label set to whatever you want to call your second object, and click on OK. Now you can see that we're tracking both the objects. If I move the ball independently, you can see that the ball tracking alone changes while the target stays fixed. If I move the target alone, you can see that the target alone changes and not the ball. If I move both of them at the same time, you can see that both change. And so we're now successfully tracking two objects simultaneously. To use this in mBlock and on our mBot2 robot, let's build a simple block program that will print the y coordinates of both the target and the ball. First, let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it Dual Object Tracking and click on Save. We'll start our program with the When Button B Pressed event as always. Change A to B here. And now we want the smart camera blocks. Since this is a new project, to get the smart camera blocks, click on Extension and search for Smart Camera. Select Add, and we are in the correct category. We do want the colored block detect category. First, let's turn on the lamp or the fill light by clicking on the Open Fill Light block. Next, we'll make sure that we are actually in color detection mode. So we'll use the switch to color detection mode. We'll now start our forever loop. And now for the main part of the project. We want to print the y coordinates of both the signature 1 and signature 2. To do that, we'll get a print block. So use the print and move to a new line block here. And within here, we want to print the two y coordinates separated by a comma. So let's go get the two y coordinate blocks. Here we have the smart camera detected x coordinate of block 1. Let's use this because we can change x coordinate to y coordinate, which is the one that we want. And we can duplicate this, and now we can also select it for block 2. This number right here is the same as the signature that we set in PixyMon. So whatever you set for signature 1 would correspond to color block 1 here, and whatever you set for signature 2 would correspond to color block 2 here. So now we want to print these two values separated by a comma. To do that, let's get the join operator. Use the join operator block. The first operand is going to be the y coordinate of block 1, and then we want to add a comma. Now we'll use another join block, and the first operand is going to be the result of joining the comma with block 1, and the second operand is going to be the y coordinate of block 2. Alright, now that we have what we want to print, let's move this into the print block. Finally, we'll wait for about a second. And that is pretty much our program. Let's also make sure that we can end the program in a clean way. To do that, let's use the when button A pressed block from the events category. Since we're printing stuff on the screen, let's clear the display when we want to end the program by using the clear screen block. We'll turn off the light in the smart camera by using the fill light block and setting it to close. And finally, we'll stop all of the programs that are running here. So use the stop all block and bring it right here. And that is it. Let's upload and test. Click connect. Make sure that your robot is first connected to your computer using the USB cable. Then select connect. Go to upload mode and select upload code and wait for it to be uploaded to the robot. Make sure to save your program. We're now ready to test on the robot. Here are some of my other videos that you may find helpful. Happy programming, and I'll see you in the next one.